Top 10 reincarnation anime with overpowered main character. We begin with number 10, The Beginning After the End. King Grey, once a mighty ruler, is reborn into a magical world as Arthur Lewin. With past life wisdom and natural talent, he crushes challenges effortlessly. Alright, let's talk The Beginning After the End. First off, this is technically a manhwa adaptation, but anime fans eat this up like late-night ramen. Arthur is just one of those characters you can't help but root for because he's basically living the ultimate reincarnation dream. He goes from king to child prodigy, but unlike most OP from birth tropes, he has this layered personality, wise, mature, but also vulnerable. You feel like he's constantly battling between his past and present selves, and that makes the fights hit harder. Plus, the magic system in this story is straight up addicting. Personally, I love how Arthur isn't the cocky type, he's more grounded, which makes his insane growth way more satisfying. The dude literally walks into academies like, yeah, I already know more than the teachers. And honestly, that's the kind of overpowered energy we secretly all wish we had in school. This is Emma vs Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. At number 9, from bureaucrat to villainous, dad's been reincarnated. A hard-working bureaucrat dies and is reincarnated into his daughter's favourite novel, except as the villainous dad. Now he's determined to rewrite fate and protect his family. Now this one's just pure chaotic fun. The idea of getting reincarnated as a dad, like not the hero, not the prince, but the dad, is so random that it works. And instead of going the typical I'm evil now route, this guy is trying to do his best to protect his daughter and not end up as the story's punching bag. The comedy here is gold because you're basically watching a serious middle-aged man awkwardly navigate being a doting anime dad. Honestly, anime needs more wholesome yet overpowered parent characters, and this one delivers. Every time he flexes his insane new powers while still stressing about dad duties, I can't help but laugh. It's like, yes, I can destroy armies, but my daughter's smile is the real final boss. Low-key, this series is underrated and deserves more hype, because come on, overpowered dad energy is something we rarely get. Number 8, I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. After death, a man is reincarnated into a futuristic galaxy-spanning empire. With ambition and ruthlessness, he rises as a feared but cunningly overpowered evil lord. This anime is what happens when you take the usual fantasy isekai formula and inject it with Star Wars energy. Instead of swords and dragons, we're talking spaceships, empires, and planetary domination. And the MC? He doesn't care about being the good guy. He embraces being the so-called villain while still being absolutely broken in terms of strategy and strength. Honestly, I find this refreshing because so many reincarnation stories lean on the secretly nice guy with OP powers trope. But here? Nah, he straight up builds his empire and enjoys it. It's kind of like watching Lelouch from Code Jace, but if Lelouch had zero guilt and infinite respawns, the mix of sci-fi battles and political schemes makes it feel bigger than your standard reincarnation anime. Personally, I love when anime goes galaxy-sized, and this one scratches that itch while still keeping that smug, overpowered energy. Number 7. Noble Reincarnation Kizoku Tensei. Born again as a noble child, the MC uses wisdom from his past life to dominate politics, wolf magic, at quickly rising as a prodigy in nobility. Kizoku Tensei hits different because it's not about some wild fantasy adventure, it's about mastering the art of nobility. And honestly, it's kind of savage in its own way. The main character takes all his past life knowledge and uses it to basically outclass every noble around him. Whether it's politics, duels, or magic, he just crushes everything effortlessly. What I really like here is the balance. It's not pure action, but the world building and court drama keep you hooked. It feels like watching a kid walk into a board meeting and out-strategize billionaires. That kind of smug, calculated confidence is just fun to watch. Plus, the battles are sharp and satisfying when they happen. It's definitely more of a thinking man's reincarnation anime, and if you love watching overpowered characters who dominate without breaking a sweat, this one is your hidden gem. Number 6, The Water Magician. Reborn with incredible control over water magic, the MC starts from humble beginnings but quickly becomes unstoppable, reshaping kingdoms with his mastery over an underestimated element. Okay, let's be real. water magic usually gets treated like the meh power compared to fire or lightning. But the water magician flips that whole idea on its head. This anime basically says, oh, you thought water was weak? Nah, let's flood kingdoms, heal armies, and crush enemies with tsunamis. The MC here is insanely fun to follow because he goes from, oh look, a cute water spell, to, oh no, this guy just sank a fortress without blinking. And because water is so versatile, you get battles that feel creative instead of repetitive. Personally, I found myself cheering every time he flexed his magic because you just know the enemies underestimate him and then regret it instantly. It's one of those shows that makes you rethink the entire magic tier list. If you've ever picked the water starter in Pokemon, this anime feels like sweet, sweet validation. Number 5. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. A Sentai Red Ranger dies heroically and reincarnates into a fantasy world. With absurd strength, he applies ranger skills to adventuring, easily overpowering monsters and villains. Now this one's hilarious. Imagine your childhood Power Rangers obsession, except now the Red Ranger gets reincarnated into a fantasy RPG-style world. This guy literally treats dungeon crawling like fighting kaiju. And the best part? His Sentai training makes him so overpowered it's almost unfair. Watching him apply ranger tactics to goblins and demons is comedy gold. Like, monsters stand no chance when you've spent your past life punching alien lords in the face every Saturday morning. Personally, I love how the anime doesn't take itself too seriously. It has that self-aware charm where the MC is just vibing, but at the same time, flexing insane strength. Plus, the fight choreography? Smooth, flashy, and totally nostalgic. If you grew up with Tokusatsu or Power Rangers, this anime feels like a love letter with an overpowered twist. Definitely one of the most fun reincarnation twists I've seen. Number 4. Ascendance of a Bookworm. A book-loving girl dies and reincarnates into a medieval world. Weak in body, but brilliant in mind, she seeks to recreate books while revolutionizing society with knowledge. Okay, so technically Ascendance of a Bookworm isn't about being overpowered in a physical sense, but hear me out. This girl is OP in brains. Mine is reincarnated into this frail body, and instead of fireballs or sword skills, her weapon is knowledge. Watching her struggle just to get access to books, then slowly introducing modern concepts into a medieval world, is ridiculously satisfying. Like, she's casually revolutionizing entire economies while everyone else is worried about bread prices. For me, the charm here is the relatability. If you've ever loved books to the point you do anything for them, you'll get it. And honestly, knowledge is the ultimate cheat code. Mine proves you don't need to swing a sword to break the world. You just need brains and persistence. I swear, she's like an overpowered librarian with world-changing hacks, and it's honestly refreshing compared to the usual battle-heavy reincarnation shows. At number 3, By the Grace of the Gods. A middle-aged man dies and is reincarnated into a fantasy world with the blessing of gods. Using slime companions, he builds a peaceful yet powerful new life. This anime is the ultimate comfort food. The MC Ryoma is given a second life that's basically cheat mode, but instead of going for domination, he just vibes with slimes. And honestly, that's overpowered in its own way. He trains these adorable slimes until they become ridiculously versatile, cleaning, fighting, even crafting. It's like Pokemon, but cozier. What I love is how low stress this anime feels. Instead of defeat the demon lord, it's more like let's build a bathhouse and live happily. But don't get it twisted, the guy is insanely strong when he needs to be. For me, the charm lies in how wholesome it is. Sometimes you don't want your OP reincarnated MC to flex non-stop. You just want him to chill and still outclass everyone around him effortlessly. Ryoma gives exactly that, making this one a must-watch for anyone who loves slow life vibes. Number 2. I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Reborn as a noble prince, the MC dedicates his new life to mastering magic. With limitless potential, he casually becomes one of the strongest sorcerers alive. This one is pure magic crack. The main character, Lloyd, doesn't care about ruling kingdoms or fighting wars. He just wants to geek out with spells. But because he's reincarnated as the 7th prince, he has endless resources to experiment, and the results are absolutely insane. Every fight feels like a fireworks show of magical flexing. Personally, I love how unapologetic the series is about being flashy. It doesn't hold back. And Lloyd's obsession with magic is actually relatable if you've ever gone down a rabbit hole learning something you love. The comedy hits hard too because he's just casually overpowered without realizing how insane he looks to others. To me, this series nails that balance of ridiculous, overpowered fun and pure fantasy eye candy. If you want a reincarnation anime that's both hilarious and jaw-dropping, this is the one to binge. Number 1, Overpowered. A betrayed hero returns through reincarnation, wielding vengeance and overwhelming skill. Dark, gritty, and powerful, this tale blends tragedy with an unstoppable main character's brutal journey. We're ending the list with something darker, Overpowered. This isn't your cute, fluffy reincarnation story. This is brutal, tragic, and heavy with betrayal. The MC is reincarnated into a world where his name was tarnished, and now he's out for revenge. And let me tell you, when this guy fights, it's not just overpowered, it's cathartic. Every swing of his blade feels like it carries years of anger. Personally, I love how Overpowered doesn't shy away from being grim. It proves that reincarnation anime doesn't always have to be lighthearted or comedic. Sometimes it's about clawing your way back from the depths and showing the world you can't be erased. If you're into darker, edgier anime with insane combat and emotional weight, this one's your best bet. Just prepare yourself, it's intense, but oh so satisfying. And that's our list of reincarnation anime where the main character isn't just back from the dead, they're ridiculously broken in every way possible. From wholesome dads to ruthless overlords, this genre always delivers. Which one's your favourite? Drop it in the comments, SMash that like button, and subscribe for more anime breakdowns every week.